up, guys? This is Josh from Casket Comics again. We're back to doing weekly comics, guys. This is for October 22nd. We're going to do a little bit different structure now. I'm not going to give as much detail about the issues because I'm trying to just let people kind of make their own decision to read the issues, but I'll give you kind of a little overview. And I'm going to count down from the last issue I bought to the first, so it's going to be like what I thought was probably, I don't like to bash anything, but I'm going to do 5-star ratings for this, or a 5 out of 5 rating, and I'll give what I thought was my least favorite to my most favorite. So we'll get started. So starting out with this week, guys, at my number 6 spot, I had 6 comics this week, so I'm just going to kind of count down from each comic. My 6th spot, I had Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 5. This has been a really cool story, but it's just it's been like one track with Miles, and I really like Miles as a character, and it's just mostly been Miles kind of rediscovering the Ultimate Universe history for himself, while also kind of exploring the new Ultimate Universe. And this is kind of the end of the run for it, and it's fun. I mean, Miles is pretty much chasing the story. Like, long story short, has been Miles chasing his sister through the Ultimate Universe, and all the villains are trying to get hold of his sister because she has some kind of power to supposedly unlock the Maker's prison to bring the Maker back. And so we're just going from there. And this is kind of like I said, the final issue of Miles trying to find his sister and get back home. Get some cool revelations, some cool setup for what I'm guessing is for Ultimate End at the end of the year. So that'll be really cool. Yeah. And that is my number 6 spot, and I ranked that a 2.5 out of 5. Next, surprisingly, my number 5 is Absolute Wonder Woman number 13. Really love this comic. This one just didn't hit home for me. This is kind of it's going to be a 2-part story, so it's kind of more standalone, and we've kind of broken away from the constant story that we've been telling with Absolute Wonder Woman. New art as well. Not super keen on the art. It's really good. I mean, I always love the way she's drawn and unique in different ways, but just not my favorite. And this story is kind of Diana going through different missions that she keeps getting caught on. And it's the same villain. It continues to be the same villain. She has to keep following, and she can't beat him, and it angers her because she is used to like always winning and just kind of being able to outwit her enemy, and they seem to keep getting one up on her, and so you kind of get a revelation why at the end. But yeah, so it's a fun issue. Like I said, more of a one shot. We get like kind of a to be continued shocking ending at the end, set up for the next issue, which I guess 14 will be the last part of that. Then I think we're going to get some absolute crossovers, which will be kind of neat because we haven't seen that yet. So but yeah, so that's Absolute Wonder Woman number 13, and I rank that a 3 out of 5. Next, we're getting to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12, which is the finale of the first big arc of the Turtles comic written by Jason Aaron. It's been a really good issue. Once again, I would say it just kind of it's good, but it's just more of the same with the Turtles. You kind of just get, they face an enemy as brothers. They kind of like from this run they've kind of been, it starts out with them separated. Splinter is not in the picture anymore. I won't say too much about what's going on, but the brothers are separated, and this whole arc has been about them finding their selves and getting back together and becoming brothers again. And it just kind of, like I said, feels more of the same with the Turtles. I love it. It's really good. Good finale. Has a cool cliffhanger to set up for next issue, which next issue is supposed to have blind bags coming back, so I might get some of those to open for the stream or for the channel because they seem to be doing really well. And they're just fun. But yeah, it was a great issue. Just wasn't, like I said, wasn't the best of the run. I think it's gradually gotten a little bit slower throughout it, which is tough. To ask anybody to continue to do constant run of comics is really tough. So, but I think it's still finished solid. I think Jason Aaron had a good run on this. They had different artists throughout, and that kind of takes away sometimes a little bit for me. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I ranked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12. I ranked that a 3 out of 5 as well. All right, getting to my number 3 is It Killed Everyone But Me number 2. This is a very weird and unique comic. It without once again diving too much into the story, it is a girl who, in her past, was found with a bunch of her friends dead, and she was the only one alive. Um, they had blamed one of her other friends for the murders, but turns out it's some kind of like demon or monster that was summoned somehow. We don't know how it was summoned. We don't know who summoned it. We just know somehow she stopped it. And then you find out another rash amount of killings has happened, and they're very similar to what happened to her. So she's kind of thrown back into this world of like trying to figure out what, she realizes it's not the same monster that she had summoned, but it's the same monster that she had beat, but it is a similar one. So she's now felt like she's kind of tossed in the middle to try to figure out what's going on. And it's just a fun issue. Very gory. And like I said, you get more past. You get more of her past in this issue. Yeah, it's just a really fun, just kind of something killing the children-esque comic. Not quite as crazy or strong out of the gate as that one was, but it's very good. And so yeah, that is my number 3, and I rank that at 3.5 out of 5 for It Killed Everyone But Me, number 2. All right, going to my number 2 on the list, and this was a tough one actually. My number 1 probably isn't a surprise to anybody, but it actually this week was a really tough one. I'm still right now looking at my number 1 and 2 and almost wanting to switch them, but I think I'm going to stick with it. So number 2 is Green Lantern Dark number 7. This was the finale of possibly ever by the of the comic. We might not get another series. It's very very fitting finale and a very finished finale if they don't decide to pick it up and do it again. I kind of hope if they don't have the original team come back that they don't. I really enjoy. I'm not going to butcher his name, but it's Werther Deladera. He also is the artist for Something's Killing the Children. He says such unique art, and I really love his art. But this issue is just a great issue. You get a lot of the character of Rena, who is the Green Lantern in this universe, and you get much more of like what's happening with her. You get her more of her past. Well, you see more of her past throughout the issues, but you just get kind of her accepting and finally becoming the true Green Lantern. And it's just a really fun issue. Really good finale. Has a really positive message. I just kind of love the Green Lantern and all in general's message is kind of the whole brightest and darkest night type thing. Having the lights come, the light of the Green Lantern and the willpower shining through the darkness. That's been this story, especially with this world that we're in this Green Lantern dark else world of it being like this world that's cast into darkness with no sun. So, but it was a great issue. Like I said, very very tough between this and my number 1. So that was Green Lantern Dark number 7, and I gave that a 4 out of 5. And which leads me to my number 1. No shock to anybody, is Ultimate Spider-Man number 22. Ultimate Spider-Man just always continues to deliver. I will say the reason it was such a tough choice for me was because of all the Ultimate issues I've read recently of Ultimate Spider-Man, this has probably been the biggest filler issue. But it does have once again, has a shocking ending, or kind of a really crazy reveal. In the last issue, we ended with a certain fate of a character being unknown, and we kind of get the answer to that at the end of this issue. It's a very weird kind of, almost still leaving it hanging itself, because we've only got 2 more issues of Ultimate Spider-Man for the first run through 23 and 24. Should be the finale in December. I'm really looking forward to it. Jonathan Hickman has really killed it. I do not want to butcher once again the artist. His last name is Shishadow, I believe is how you say it. He has killed it with the art. He's only stepped away for a few issues throughout this whole run, and even the artists who step in kind of mimic his style a little bit to keep it flowing. So it feels real great. And And yeah, you just kind of have like you can definitely tell they're gearing up for the end because you kind of have like Peter and his family are in hiding from Kingpin and his army, and so is Harry as the Goblin still, or Harry as the Green Goblin, but the good guy Green Goblin. And it's just been a very interesting issue. And I'm really curious to see how we're gonna finish this run. So it just continues to be one of the best comics out there. So props to them. Like I said, Jonathan Hickman's a great writer. For him to continue to do, once again, I mentioned it earlier with Absolute Wonder Woman and Ninja Turtles, how it's hard to continue to do a run. You have like that first major arc story and it's really good and stuff, but then you start other arcs and sometimes the stories are weaker. This story's continued because it's kept, even though through different arcs, it's kept the same overall arc going on, and it's just been great. So yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man number 22 is my number one this week. I ranked that a 4 out of 5, and that is it for the week, guys. Smaller week. Most weeks I'm probably going to have anywhere between 4 to 8 comics. So like I said, we'll just rank all the ones I get. There's always some other great comics out there, I don't pick up everything. I pick up just kind of what interests me. So definitely check your local comic shop, all that stuff, and see what really interests you. I'm going to work a little bit. I've talked about we've talked about it forever since the contest never technically got picked for the Blood Hunt number 1 slab. I'm thinking about reworking the contest since it's been so long, and I don't want to like exclude any of my new subscribers or people who are liking and commenting and all that stuff. So I think I want to figure out something bigger since we're back now, and it's been a while. So I want to have something more like grandiose for a giveaway. So I'm trying to figure out something. So I'll figure it out and get back with you guys soon on that. And we'll definitely just keep like, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll definitely figure out something to do with that. But yeah, guys, I'm glad to be back once again, having fun. We've got some really cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. November is a little slower, but December is going to hit huge with blind bags back again. We'll have we'll have Ninja Turtle blind bags in November, but December we'll have Mark Spears again with the holiday blind bag, which seems really fun. I'm probably not going to go as crazy as I did with the last one, but we'll see. I always say that. And then also in December we have Ultimate End picking up after the end of the Ultimate Universe, and the first issue of that has a blind bag. So I did pre-order a 10-pack of those, so I'll at least have 10 of those to open up, hoping to get one of the crazy sketches. They actually have real sketches like shoved in there from artists. That would be sweet. So we'll see how it goes. But as always, guys, just keep reading comics and keep checking back. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.